I ain't been broke in a minute. I'm tryna run these digits. Put my little bro in the penny. We hop at the car with extensions. These niggas be pistols, they switching. Playing with bro, then you go on the mission. Me and my niggas, we all on the mission. Focus on money, ain't worried about bitches.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we are back with another Mobile Legends video, man. This one is going to be interesting because this is an interesting video, but I think that this actually goes kind of against the Philippines. Now, you all know that I'm seen as the biggest Filipino moon boy or fanboy and all that stuff, man. Like, so you all know that I'm a huge fan of the Philippines. I'm just a huge fan of Mobile Legends, bro. I tell it how it is. I want to see most countries do well, every country do well. I'm not against any country. The Philippines is just the most impressive country to me. That's what it is. But there is something concerning happening right now, and I don't know how many people are picking up on it. And I see two different ways that this can go, but one way isn't so good, but we are going to talk about it. So let's start off by dropping a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on notifications. But yeah, let's jump into this video. We'll start here, and then I'll give you all my thoughts and what I see as the biggest concern for why the Filipino era could potentially really be ending. It could be the start, but also the Philippines could do what you all have historically done and just blow everyone's mind and do something unexpected, because that is also common in the Philippines as well. So, I mean, you never know, but something scary is happening for the first time. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Let's get into it.
What's your reaction on Filipino coaches transfer to Indonesia? I think it's just a matter of time until coaches from other regions get as good as Filipino coaches. But since
That's important right there. That's important right there. He thinks that it's only a matter of time before coaches from other regions get as good as the Filipino coaches. Keep that in mind. We'll talk about it.
Philippines is winning every world championship, and you want to have the best coach possible. You're not trying to get a coach from, for example, Indonesia. That's not really what you're looking for.
What this is proof that other countries are aware of the power of the Philippines, obviously, but they're also starting to respect the fact that they need the information that the coaches have. They don't want their own coaches. They want coaches from the Philippines who can share secrets and information about how the strongest team in the game, the strongest teams, are actually doing what they're doing. So this is very important for this reason. What's happening is we're seeing other countries starting to actually buy more Filipino players and coaches and things like this. So when it comes down to buying a player, it's not just, oh, this player gets drafted to this team. No, that player's mechanical skills, their mindset, the way that they think, all of this stuff is being given to these teams and organizations and these companies. So now every player is going to start to change how they're thinking and stuff like that. And how he said Filipino coaches will eventually be, well, how he said other places coaches will be able to match the Filipino coaches at some point. I mean, if the Filipino coaches keep giving away all their secret sauce and all their secrets, then this is very much true, because the other coaches, if they're good coaches, they're going to sit here and study what the Filipino coaches are saying. They're going to be like, oh, snap. That's right. Why I ain't never think of that? Why I ain't never look at it like that? Okay, now I have to start looking at stuff how the Filipino coaches are looking at things. And that's what they're going to do. They're coaches. So that means a coach is very mental as it is. So what a coach is probably capable of doing is shifting their whole mindset to seeing things in the same perspective of another coach. If you spend too much time with another coach or around another coach, you're going to start to learn and understand how this coach thinks, and you're going to apply those things. So that is what's potentially scary. Now, I also see another positive outcome when it comes down to this, because that's what I think could be the fall of the Philippines, where all your secrets literally just gets in the hands of the enemies. It's like they know everything. Like how do you constantly continue to compete with that? And then they're getting the players. So mechanically they're going to be improving and all of that. So now they're getting the players and the coaches. So their skills, their mechanics is all getting better, and their knowledge, their wisdom, their decision making, their drafting, all of that is improving as well. Now obviously it's going to take some time, but I'm just scared that maybe this is the start of the fall. But check this out. This is also something that the Philippines has historically done as well. Even though the coaches are going over there to different countries, what could happen is they could go over with the current information, but what happens is the Philippines levels up, and that information that they just took over there, now that's old information because the Philippines is leveling up so fast. So now the Philippines is doing different stuff. They're learning different things. Like they're approaching the game a different way. They're thinking about stuff differently. So now the Philippines rises up and gets on an even higher level. So now even them having a Filipino coach don't really work because, you know, now the Filipino coaches that's left over in the Philippines are getting even better, becoming even stronger, and the players are becoming even stronger. So do you all think that it's going to be a situation where there's still room for coaches to get better and players to get better, and that's what's going to happen in the Philippines? And even if they take all your secrets over there, the Philippines can still pull ahead and come out on top? Or do you think that them taking all your secrets over there is going to make it very much harder because it's not that much information? I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I don't know if they can give all the secrets and then there's not any more secrets to be known. Like, you know, I feel like the Philippines has historically consistently grown and gotten better. But now these other countries are starting to take notice of just how dominant you all are. So what could potentially happen is that, yeah, they just take all the secret sauce, take all the secret formula, and leave you all with nothing. Now everyone knows your strategy, so it's really going to make it a lot harder on the Philippines. Even if the Philippines keeps winning, this is going to make it a lot harder on the Philippines regardless. But yeah, like this is just a big topic that I wanted to speak about. Let's continue though.
Especially since Onyx also has a Filipino coach. And that's why more teams tend to get Filipino coaches, right? Including my team, of course. We also want to get a Filipino coach and not some Russian coach. At the end of the day, it's just about how well you understand the game and how competitive the environment is. And in PH, it's just been the most competitive environment. And in PH, there's also dedicated coaches, you know. I don't think in less developed regions, there's coaches that are ready to work as hard as Filipino coaches or are as experienced as coaches from the Philippines.
So they're paying for that experience. They're paying for that Filipino dedication without having to do the hard work of figuring it out themselves. So I think that what we're seeing right now is everyone's looking at the money right now, which is good for right now. But what happens if, this is the worst case scenario, what happens if you give away all the secrets, these other countries start to rise, the Philippines is no longer where, you know, the best players is seeing that the best players coming from. So now all these opportunities where they're importing from the Philippines and all that stuff, what if that stops now because everyone has the secret weapons, like they have the secret information? So I'm not saying this is something that's going to happen overnight, but a few years from now, if the Filipino community start to go down because all your secrets is getting out there in the hands of your enemies, well, not enemies, you know, like that's not in a serious sense, but you know, you're giving away everything. If the tides start to shift a little bit and they start to get that information, it won't be as many reasons for them to import players. They won't need to import players from the Philippines. They won't need to import coaches. So then this right now could be the start of less money coming into the Philippines as well. Or do you think that it's just going to continue the same way that it's been? Like, do you think that it's going to, the Philippines will continue to rise and you don't have to worry about that because the opportunity is going to stay there because you all are going to keep rising through this no matter what happens? Let me know how you feel about this. This is a really, you know, big topic.
So yeah, that's what I think about the whole Filipino coach situation. Because you guys have to understand that it's pretty hard to find the same quality coach that you find in the Philippines. Is Debo's new coach also gonna be Pinoy? Yeah. He's gonna be Pinoy. He's gonna be Filipino too, Chet.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty huge, man. This was a big thing for me. This was a big thing that I've been thinking about. I'm like, because I was making a joke in my video where we went over the roster changes, but I was really thinking like, wow, they got 2 players and a coach. How many strong people are they going to go and get from the Philippines? And if they get too many, what is the Philippines going to be left with? But I mean, to be fair, it's kind of cheap in a way because if you got to take all this is the same thing that's happening with North America a little bit. You kind of make it so the best player has to leave, so then you can be considered the best player. Technically, you're not the best player. It's just the best player is not even there no more. And that is kind of the same thing with Indo. Are they going to take all the best players from the Philippines to where the Philippines is left with not many players of that same caliber? So now it's Filipinos destroying the Philippines. Like literally, it's going to be a bunch of Filipino players in Indo who's representing Indo and comes here and destroys the Philippines. Like that could be a serious thing. That could be a serious drawback, man. So yeah, let me know how you all feel about this. I think that's an interesting conversation topic. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.